Oasis Hub Hobmore Community Fund Report 2019.
Hi, I'm Andy Brown from Oasis Hub Hobmore and I'm the Hub Leader. It's great to be able to bring you this update about our fantastic project. We've done such tremendous things across the year. We've had fun, we've done many different activities. We've recruited lots of new volunteers and begun working with them. That's allowed us to increase our capacity and change our community for the way that we want it to be. We started off with a Lantern Festival, and here's Esther talking about it.
Whenever I go to Hobmore, there is food on offer. It's brilliant. And so it wasn't a surprise to me that when the volunteers were putting their heads together to think of an event that they could hold to draw together everybody from the community, that food was at the centre of that. And so the volunteers decided to hold a food and lantern festival. And as part of that, over a weekend, people from the community were invited to come to the community centre and create some lanterns, and it was fantastic atmosphere as all sorts of groups, scouts, beavers and family members came and spent time together creating beautiful lanterns. The light started to fade. Together everybody walked around the park next door, a park that sometimes doesn't feel like a safe place to be. And so it was a real declaration of peace as people walked with their lights together through the park. It was a great event, drawing together many people from the community, some who've been in contact with us before and know us well, others who we've never seen before and are now getting to know. And it was also brilliant as volunteers learnt what it means to put an event on. It's not always easy and there's many things to think.
The first thing we wanted to do was create a logo for our project. We wanted it to reflect that volunteering can really change things and help people on an upward steep journey to change their lives. We thought we would kickstart our new project by capturing a snapshot of our community and their views on the neighbourhood. We wanted to discover what people thought was positive about their neighbourhood so that we can harness and promote this energy. Over 3 weeks we distributed 650 surveys in total. We received 100 responses. We learned that many people live in rented accommodation and that this could cause a lot of problems within the community. The local park is a real local asset with many facilities that people use often. People wanted us to organise more activities in the park. Litter was by far the biggest concern that people had. The great news was that over half the people we spoke to wanted to be involved in transforming the community. We started the first stages of our theory of change. That is, to engage individuals, to positive relationships through activities, and to recruit volunteers.
After running a recruitment process, we were delighted to welcome Muz to the team in February 2019. As volunteer coordinator, she worked incredibly hard to get our Empower, Equip and Enjoy project off the ground, and she really did some fantastic groundwork in building relationships, making connections and understanding the needs and wants of the community. Sadly for us, Muz moved on in September, which was a real loss to us, but again for someone else. And so the recruitment process began again, And this time around we welcome Leanne to move the project on to the next stage. For a number of years, Leanne had volunteered at our Healthy Happy Holidays provision, and so to be able to support her from volunteering to then joining our staff team in a role where she herself will be supporting volunteers was a real honour and speaks of what we are truly all about.
Community were now ready to launch the project.
In our new project, Empower, Equip and Enjoy, which is about building our capacity within the community to strengthen the community so that it can do things for itself. So the National Lottery Community Fund has enabled us to employ a volunteer coordinator to recruit and develop volunteers that will help to change the neighbourhood. The application process was absolutely fantastic for us. I'm not really a paperwork man, and so trying to describe it in paperwork I find really hard. So it was a great pleasure to work with Muriel and to really chat about our project and discuss it and to form ideas around it together with the community.
I came out to see Andy and we spoke about the project, and as you say, being able to speak about it in person, it just comes to life a lot more than on paper. So our conversational approach has been really successful in this instance. This place is a great example of people in the lead. There are community members using the activities, leading on activities, establishing small community groups.
If we could get lots of little groups of people doing things in the neighbourhood, then that is going to change our community completely and make it a better place.
The launch was a real success with over 100 people attending throughout the day. We were able to share together the vision for transformation in our community, and there was an offer to come and join us and become a volunteer. The next step was to begin to organise a volunteer week where we could recruit some new people. We identified the opportunities that we already had.
The community centre at Hobmore is always buzzing with people, and there are a hive of activities going on from first thing in the morning when the doors open until right late on in the evening when the doors close for that night. There are people in and out through those doors for a whole range of activities. And the volunteers that we have are essential to making all of this happen. What's great is that the activities that we run not only equip and empower people, but they draw on the fantastic range of skills that people have within this community. One of the highlights has got to be when volunteers come together to spend time with one another and to celebrate all that has been achieved through their time, effort and hard work. And we had a number of opportunities for this over the year. We held an afternoon tea celebration, thanking our volunteers. We went to a hotel for that, and they were all presented with a small gift and a certificate, and there was opportunity for them to meet with volunteers from other Oasis hubs in the region. We then brought them together at Christmas, and it was incredible to walk into what is, a pretty standard community room at the community centre and find it totally redecorated in a sense, ready for a real celebratory event. The volunteers and the staff had put in such thought and effort and really gone to think about the detail to make volunteers really feel valued, and that is so important to us.
We started the football club in 2018, and it provides us with another way to connect with people. The football club offers weekly training and competitive matches, and lots of opportunity for people to volunteer within their community. As part of this, we organised a weekend together with some funding from the Mayor, and we brought together all the local team.
How's it going then?
I think the tournament is being fun and we've been going through and it's lovely and we've been all enjoying it, and I think Lionheart have been doing good.
And what about bringing our community together?
And to understand each other and to get everyone together.
First of all, I must congratulate the organisers on putting a fantastic event today. It brings local academies, local football clubs together under the age of 11 today and under the age of 13 tomorrow to play grassroots football, have a great day out with the family. We've got food here, we've got music, we've got football, families here, what more do we want? So I must congratulate Oasis Lionheart on putting it on the Mayor's community.
I really enjoyed it and Lionheart is playing very good so far. I'm really happy.
What do you think here about bringing the community together?
Beautiful, it's nice, everyone's joined in, mixed up, happy.
Tell us about the tournament. Mo is the organiser of the CBYL League. He does fantastic work for our community. Tell us why you do it, Mo.
What, CBYDL League?
Yeah.
So as part of community work that we do, MTF, we decided to unite all the local football clubs and community, and it came about from an idea from a parent, and it just grew from one idea, and from talking to like-minded coaches around the community, they were all up for it.
Wow.
And it just grew from there.
Why do you
Fantastic.
think it's important?
Well, it unites the community. It unites the community. You got different kids from the same school, different clubs. They get together, have fun, play football. They talk about it afterwards. Talk to their families. And sport, it doesn't matter about just football, just sport. You've got to have something, a hobby, like just outside of school. They go hand in hand, education and sport, and that's what we try to do, encourage all our kids to do some kind of activity in sport.
You do fantastic work, mate. Thanks
thank
for
you.
everything you
Thank
do.
you.
Going then, Richard, organiser of the Lionhearts tournament.
Yeah, it's going fantastic. We're down to the last 4 teams. Lionhearts A and Lionhearts B are through to the semi-finals versus MTF A and MTF B. I'll be back with the results shortly. Bye for now.
Shake hands, boys!
Magic